Hello everybody and welcome to a very strange and odd Nick Oldhead video. Where am I? What's going on? Well, yes, I am in a different location than usual, and I'm even recording from a different location, different everything, because, I'm just not in my house right now. And that also means a sad truth. I haven't been able to play much Warcraft 3. I know, right? Like, I feel as if I have this skill set that's slowly sweeping, creeping, dripping away every day I don't play. However, in the meantime, I've been really, blessed with a corpiconia of Warcraft 3 content. And I'm looking at you, Altar of Champions.
The headliner. He will be joined by the headliner. Cannon. Simply the headliner.
That was really just an amazing tournament, right? I'm not going to spoil anything about who won or anything like that. I've actually learned from some of you guys when I make posts, I sometimes spoil Warcraft 3 matches and people don't like it. So, hey, no more spoilers for me. But I just want to really talk about the Altar of Champions for a bit and why I think it's such a step in the right direction. So, if you guys don't know me, I've been working in esports for pretty much my entire career. Introduce yourself and just tell us a bit about how you got here.
How I got to Hearthstone.
Yes. How you got to being
Nominated for the best educational stream or something.
Yes. So anyways, we'll get to that later. Just the thing that I've known always about esports is we love the very top, right? We love the very best. Like, if you're like the top 1%, it doesn't matter how charismatic you are or how, in some case, lack of charismatic you are. It's just, if you're the best, we're going to give you the accolades, the clout, the followers, and all that. But we're also going to give you maybe more subtle. We're going to give you opportunities to present yourself, opportunities to express yourself. Now, here's sometimes the mix match, right? If you're like a pro esports player, you don't necessarily get into the game to put on entertainment. You don't really get into this field to be a showman, right?
I cannot say that I need much of support, honestly. Support does not help me achieve something. Like, let's say, I wrote about my team to the public, but what of it? I didn't do it because I want some sort of support. I did it because I want my team to react to this.
Hence, Altar of the Champions. That's the segue, right? This was a tournament of showmen. And I would say Grubby is turning into quite the showman himself, right? Obviously, he's been there, done that when it comes to competitive. But it really just goes to show, the chops, the sense of narrative that he was building throughout the whole tournament, down to who to invite, who to train, the fact that Hera is, a world champion in AoE 2, right? The bridge that connects the oldest, best RTS, in my opinion, Warcraft 3, but also, the really titan of RTS, AoE 2. So I just think that, you also have players like Dante's that I would have never known of. Me, never been in Dante's orbit at all until this tournament. And now, hey, he's a little more high energy than I am, but I recognize a, energy-filled, brimming brain when I see one, right?
Barely scraped a win by Tyler's best build. It was still less comfy than it maybe should be.
What if Tyler just wanted to give us a little bit of a show? That's why he did a worse start than usual.
Yeah, I think so.
Seems like it.
It was too much of a stomp, the first one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're never gonna win whenever Tyler runs you. Simply runs you. Anyone else? Poex? You want the cannon? Anyone else?
What does runs you mean? Like runs through you? Guys, it's just trash talk. They don't mean this. They're just having fun. They know how to run a show.
Time.
Bye!
GG.
Shoutouts to the Neuro crew. But I really do think that, it's the diversity in the lineup. It's the differences in skill levels. It's taking someone like Yamato Cannon, who has a ridiculous esports RTS background, but then, give him a new challenge. Say Warcraft 3's The Gambit. And don't even get me started on the $10,000 prize pool. Hats off to Blizzard. Hats off to Grubby for making that happen. Whoever reached out or who did it first, it was just all good, all good. And you know, we also saw some of the W3 Champions playership numbers rise. It spiked, more people playing. And I would be a fool not to assume that the battle.net numbers probably, you know, had a spike as well. So what I'm really trying to say is this stuff matters. It matters because, you know, a lot of us have been like pushing esports for so long that when we look at the lifespan of a game, we just view it very differently. And here's the next segue of the video. I've been seeing on the Reddits, as I frequent and post the Warcraft 3 subreddits, I've been seeing people talk about like, oh, can Warcraft 3 survive as a game? It's gonna stop growing, or Grubby can't be the only one to keep this game alive, right? All this like sensationalized, very like, oh no. And I get it, I totally get it, right? Maybe you're new to Warcraft 3 relatively, right? Like maybe you only got in on the whole OnlyFans tournament, or maybe you've always just been a Grubby viewer, right? Maybe you're just like kind of a Warcraft 3, if you can borrow a Street Fighter term, maybe you're a Warcraft 3 09er. Shout outs to Street Fighter 4, right? Maybe you're just someone who came in kind of during the glory days. So when you see Warcraft 3 ebb and flow, when you see Warcraft 3 Reforged, to your context, think of it like data. It's like up and down, up and down. You see it as these oscillating, you know, up and down. But if you've been like actively just obsessed due to a fault of your brain wiring from your teenage years since this game came out, if you've been really trying to push this game, your context is like the graph stretched out. Actually, the data is viewed as much longer, and you see those little blips as actually just, you know, ebbs and flows of a popularity, wanes and waxes of streamer a pull. But you actually see Warcraft 3 as a whole, as a legacy title, rise, survive, endure. That's the thing. Like, I've seen so many esports come and go, so many. I've seen so many communities fracture. But like Warcraft 3, we're all together, modern, recent, today Warcraft 3 players. So it really doesn't matter where you came from. But I want to share with you an allegory that I really like. And, you know, in my professional life, I work with fans and communities all the time. And I really like to describe the story about the flies and the great council of moths, right? So imagine, if you will, this great council of moths, right? Moths, obsessed with the light, always trying to go towards the flame, right? Sitting there in their high council, and what do they come across? 3 flies. Yeah, flies buzz around, and they come to the steps humbly. They look up at the moths and say, please, moths, let me be one of you, right? I want to be like a moth, and I want to go towards the light. I want to chase the light. So the moths look around and say, all right, you want to give them a chance? Okay, fine. Hey, flies, all you got to do, go find the light. Easy peasy, dunzo. You know, find the light and you're good. So the buzz, they all fly away. And sure enough, man, the flies, they got some gumption. They got some moxie. They found the light. And they were so excited about it. So they found, look at it. And then they flew back to the moths. And they said, look, moths, we found the light. I can tell you all about it. It was so warm. It was so great. So can we be moths now? And then, of course, the moth court of high elders erupted into laughter, right? Condescending laughter, I may add. Because the moths knew that the flies would never be moths. Because, wait, the moth said, you 3 flies found the light, and yet you came back here? Why didn't you stay there? Why didn't you stay in its eternal bask and warmth? You see, a true moth would have stayed towards the light the moment they found it, and we would have never heard from him or she or they again. But y'all just flies. You're just fair weather flies. The only reason you wanted the light is so you could come back to us and say, hey, look, we found the light. So the reason why I think that story is so important when you're talking about esports and fans and gaming is because, like, you know, the moths of Warcraft 3 are going to be with Warcraft 3, like it or not, right? They've already found it. They've already found the light. They're not going anywhere. And you can forget this lesson and then relearn it again via Blizzard with, like, WoW Classic and the re-releases and their subsequent mistakes when they inevitably mess it up again by offering a boost 1 to 60 through the best part of WoW Classic, the leveling and all this other stuff. But, you know, Warcraft 3 is that warmth for so many people. And if you're a fly, an eager, excited new fly, and you're so like, oh no, Warcraft 3, where's the light? It's just gonna go. We need it. Hey, I mean, as long as I'm around, Warcraft 3 is going to have at least one fan, right? And I know someone else feels that way, and I know someone else feels that way. So, you know, collectively, the might of the zeitgeist moves Warcraft 3 forward. So, hey, you know, hope you enjoyed this little short jaunt, short little expose. We just merrily went down a path in my little condensed Warcraft 3 prison box here. So, hey, hopefully I get in some more games, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.